Hello and welcome back guys to an F1 career mode video. Today we'll be doing the Monza Grand Prix in Italy. We currently sit in 10th spot in the driver standings, above Yuki Tsunoda who's in 11th, and Gasly in P12 with 11 points. We sit in 6th in the constructors after in the Netherlands we got ahead of, not the Netherlands but the race before that we got ahead of Visa Cash App RB. And now we'll look to extend that lead over the rest of the season and hopefully come home for P6 in the constructors by the end of the season. We'll simulate, well actually we have a secret meeting with RB. We're definitely not going to be accepting that as that is a Formula B team. Not exactly ideal as we're looking for. Plus they're doing just worse than us at the moment. So we want to be in a first team, not a second team. So we'll decline the talks. And hopefully the next team that comes along is a team up the grid.
The team are delighted you've been so loyal, declining all these meetings. They wanted me to tell you that they see you as key to the team going forward. Just don't get too comfy, otherwise I'll be out of a
Right, so I'll
job.
simulate the rest of the days
Right, I'm
of
afraid
the
to
week.
say that we've had a major issue on the production line earlier this week, and the entire development package for the weekend has failed. Any redevelopments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
Luckily it's only an ICE manufacturing thing that we have missed out on. We're not going to do that because we don't actually want durability on the car. Would prefer to have some upgrades in our car's performance. On to qualifying.
They call it the Temple of Speed and the pilgrims have come to worship. It's all about the speed today. Qualifying awaits us. Welcome to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix.
As we round the final corner, we go on to do our qualifying lap. We hope for today that we're able to get through to Q2 at minimum, as we've had a few poor qualifyings in a row now. So we're looking for something to get us up the grid. We go into turn 1 and 2. As now we look to go onto the final part of this track, around the final corners. And around the corner we come, we go over the line with a 129. Better than both the Hasses, worse than Bottas, but it seems like a mediocre lap to be putting on the timing sheets. We round the final corner for our final qualifying lap. Onto the straight we go. We open the DRS and use ERS all the way down the straight. We come up to the first corner. We're hoping to make up some time here as we brake into the corner. Out we come, out of the chicane. And we've lost a 10th going out of that corner.
And that's just 30 seconds.
We're now fully in the green with signs staring down the barrel right behind us as we try to hold him off and not have what happened in Britain again. And onto the straight we go, rounding the final corner. We are about to go over the line, 3/10 improvement and up into P13. That could be enough for us to get through as Gasly goes out of the top 15. He needs a lap to get himself through. We come through 15th. If Gasly improves over us, we're going to be out of qualifying. As he does improve, which sends us out of qualifying into P17. As he gets through and we're knocked down in Q1.
We've dropped to
Charles Leclerc P1 in Q1 over Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri. Our teammate goes through in P12 as Logan Sargent gets through with Albon, both Williams getting through into Q2. We have the Visa Cash App RBs in 19th and 20th, really good for us as they're not going to be going for points this race. And we have Kicksauber, Joe Guan out and Hulkenberg out and ourselves in P17. On to the race.
A difficult race awaits these drivers here in Monza, but glory awaits too at the Italian Grand Prix. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Hamilton, Perez, Stroll, Albon, Bottas, Sargent, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Daniel, Joe, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Now, sadly, things didn't work out for them last time. It was a bad race. Question is, though, can they recover today?
Yes, they can, Crofty. You've got to put it behind you. Whatever happened last time, I was always told as a driver, park it, forget about it. Obviously, feel the pain when it happens, but then you can't dwell on it and carry that through to the next race. So put it behind you and just crack on with this race coming your way now.
Okay, so for strategy, it's going to be medium hards for this race. We'll put it at the 10th lap and change it depending on how our tyres are going.
The formation lap gets underway here at this historic track in Italy. Some monumental moments in history have come from right here. Will we be treated to another today? As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, failing that, within the points.
Five red lights. The way we go for the Italian Grand Prix. We get a decent start off the line, overtaking Magnussen on the outside. We're able to go down into the corner, a little bit of a dive bomb behind Bottas. And next to Sargent in the Williams. We're able to get ourselves ahead into the straight. We're alongside Sargent at the moment as we have Albon peering down beside us. Go very slow into the chicane because we're too wide. Probably not the best spot to be too wide on this track.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
So now we have to chase back down Perez, as Perez has had a poor start on the race. So we have to get back to him and hopefully get the train continued. Hopefully Gasly's gone well off the start and he's down the grid in P20, so he can't go any worse. So hopefully he's able to overtake the two Visa Cash App IDs and keep them at bay. As we chase our way down to Perez, we're now over a second away from the people behind. Albon over a second behind as he was battling Sargent. Got Perez ahead, who's looking to make an overtake on Bottas on the straight. And yeah, we're calmly in our position.
Use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Into turn 1 we go, through the chicane of turn 1 and 2. We're now on the back of Perez, behind him, as he goes on the straight. Bottas is in a surprise points position. He would hope that he can keep that position for the team to have their first points of the season as we go purple first sector. As Perez goes for the overtake on Bottas ahead, going into the final corner. Bottas able to hang it around the outside, but not for long enough as Perez gains the move. Except Bottas will have DRS and ERS down the straight, so he might be able to make that position back as we've lost DRS on Bottas, as we're now over a second behind. As Bottas isn't able to go for the move down into turn 1, so Perez has successfully made the overtake on Bottas. Albon and Sargent battling behind for position, as right now Leclerc leads the race in a healthy P1.
Up now, so let's please try and get past as soon as possible and get on with our race. Push, push.
Use ERS and deploy some DRS as we go around the outside into turn 1, and before turn 1's being reached we get the position. Now we're on the back of Perez as we have a massive train ahead of us led by Carlos Sainz in P2 as the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc gets well and truly away.
Be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Bottas goes around the outside into the, before the last turn, and he makes the position. Bottas up into P11, we're down into P12. We'll have overtaken DRS on the straight though, so we might be able to overtake him back. As we go almost getting out there, we can't actually get room because Bottas hasn't given us the space. So we make contact with one another, and we stay in P12. Down the straight we use ERS and DRS to get our chance at overtaking Bottas. Down into turn 1, he will leave the room this time as we go way too fast and break our wing.
That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back.
And while that's going to be really bad for our race, we're now going to have to pit on it for a set of hards. We're too late on the brakes into that turn, so now we'll have to go and pit for a new wing and hopefully get rid of this penalty. Pits we go for a pit stop. We're getting optimal stopping time as we get a wing change and a penalty stop. So we're probably going to end up being about last in the race after that, as it wasn't really good from us, as we messed up our timing on the overtake and messed up our braking.
Okay, go, go, go! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Yellow flag ahead. It seems like Tsunoda's coming off the track, so he must be out of the race, and he is.
The car ahead of you's just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 6.6 seconds. Okay, clear. Okay, safety car deployed, safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta, make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Right, drop your speed, our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
In for our pit stop we go, for a new set of mediums. We come in to stop. We'll get an optimal timing on our pit stop. And we get a quick change in the pits.
That's it, go, go, go. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
and this has come out at a perfect time for McLaren to take the lead. They might come into the pits this lap, and we'll see if they stay in front of the Ferrari, because Charles Leclerc was well and truly ahead of the race. This wasn't good for him.
Negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace. Okay,
this is the first safety car of the series to come out, as we haven't had a safety car in any other race, but for some reason we've had one for Yuki Tsunoda retiring off the race. But he was in a pretty poor position to be going off the track, as he was on the track still and kinda in the way. So fortunately for us, this safety car has happened, otherwise we were well and truly out the race.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
Fortunately for us, the safety car has come in this lap, so that means we're going to have to get as close as we possibly can to the back of these guys, as they're going to be well and truly ahead of us. I didn't really plan for the safety car coming in this early, so we're still out the race in the end.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Getting close to puncture territory now. We're around 81% wear on the front left tyre. One lap to go in the race.
Okay, mate,
As we go along, we're not going to be left in this race, fortunately. Final lap, we might get a puncture during this lap, but we'll see what happens. As we round the final corner of the lap, we're 100% worn on the tyre, and now we've got a puncture as we come over the line to finish the race in P19.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
And it's Monaco go, go for Charles Leclerc as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
To do it as a team on home soil, that really means something special, and you can see how much it means to them, the drivers involved as well. Great job by them today, of course, as always, but for the fans watching on too, a great display of teamwork here today.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Okay, so Leclerc gets first. He wins by a pretty big margin too, 5 seconds after the safety car. Piastri comes home for second, and Sainz finishes the podium. We have Albon as the surprise points payer of the day, as he gets 1 point for Williams. Gasly comes home for a P15 after starting 20th, and we came home for P19 over a minute off the pace, and Yuki Tsunoda the only DNF of the day. In drivers' standings, everything stays the same at the middle for 10th to 12th, no points changed there. Max Verstappen is still first in the drivers' standings. Norris P2 and Charles Leclerc P3 as he overtakes Piastri. In the constructors, Red Bull still lead on 300 points. McLaren are now level with Red Bull on 300 points as well. Ferrari with 201 points in third. We are still in sixth with 28 points over Visa Cash App, who have 20 points. Williams add to their tally with 1 point today, so they're on 4 points now. And Kick Sauber and Haas still pointless. We beat Sargent in the level rivalry, and we must have leveled up. We're now up to level 72 in the overall rating. We now have 49% recognition over Gasly, so we're getting close to being the #1 teammate. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Be tuned for more. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and be tuned for part 11 of the series.